Unnatural, 2014, oxymoron. To capture the opportunity to climb higher, you have to commit to the commitment to dig deeper, because the life that God wants us to live is not shallow, it's much deeper. We often decline the process to go through, but in order to come out, we have to go in. That's where faith begins. To see the light, sometimes it requires us to open our eyes in the dark to embark on the people and places that the enemy convinced us to leave in the dark. See, it's more fun to run, but it shows more maturity when everyone else is running and you have the courage to walk. When everyone else is silent and you have the boldness to talk. When everyone else has become comfortable with bondage, but you want to exercise your freedom to be unlocked. Frequently, we take life for granted until we see the reality of temporary bodies and permanent caskets, taking its first and final ride in its designated hearse, being delivered back into the dirt from whence it came first. Sometimes it's necessary to be last in order to come in first. Every now and then we have to go without nourishment in order to quench our thirst. Often we can't recognize our best until we experience our worst. Occasionally we have to lose to prepare for multiple wins. To identify that you are not human makes it comfortable to live in your own skin. To understand that God knows the ending should give you the motivation to begin. Embracing the chance to sit helps us respect the commitment it takes to stand. For we must understand that the best teachers are the greatest students. Sometimes we have to digress to see real improvement. The choice is better to be naturally still if you want to see supernatural movement. Often the smallest silence displays the biggest statement. In the center of chaos is where we construct our diameter of patience. We were all created to be originals, but yet we still find ourselves comfortable with being carbon copies. This God-created life is my life, so I'm going to stop allowing the enemy to persuade me that it's just a hobby. The joy of being filled should be even more satisfactory when you get the chance to be emptied into that brother or sister that's so full of life but still empty. Too many times we acknowledge the stomach to receive, but yet we ignore the heart to give. Just like Adam ignored his authoritative responsibility to protect his rib. Lord, I can't be something with you until I'm nothing without you. I understand that it's impossible to look down on someone if all my attention is focused on looking up at you. I had to be submerged in his water so that I could understand what it meant to be filled with his fire, what it meant to be undressed and be clothed with his full armor, a believer's necessary attire. What's the point of looking wise, but yet we live foolish lives? What's the purpose of living if we only living just to survive? We live in a world full of people that don't want to die, but the process of eliminating self is the only way to live. Whether you like it or not, the time has come for adults to stop living in cribs and having to change their own bottle-stained bibs. Oxymoron, Unnatural, 2014.